By default, when you start the Video Timer Pro, the setting will be Time Study over here on the left, and that causes these options like operator rating and so forth to be displayed on the right here. If we change our setting though to Lean, notice, watch this area over here. You can see the different Lean categories, the classic Lean categories here. If they don't apply, you can put your own in. Kaizen, these are the classic Kaizen categories. SMED, this is the changeover if you're doing a changeover. And then 5S. So you can use the same video analysis for all these different purposes, and that's what we're going to cover here in this session. And we're going to deal with a changeover, or type of changeover. Let me select the video here, and we'll use this one here. Just want to give you a quick overview of what's going on here. If we watch the video here, it's 4 operators, basically with some kind of cage. Notice the operator there takes a long time to get there. He went round the wrong way, right? And now they're going to collapse the cage, push it in, and that's the end of their activities. And then a stockman is going to appear, and he is going to position the trolley, and he's going to grab the cage and put it on the trolley, right? And then he's going to take it off and to storage. So that's the analysis we're going to be working on here. The first thing we're going to do is identify the activities that are involved in this teardown operation. And what I've done is I've actually looked at this prior to this and put the activities into an Excel sheet. I'm just going to highlight them and copy them from the Excel sheet. Come back over here and I'm going to paste them right in there. So there I have the activities. Next thing I want to do is identify who's involved in the study. Well, if we stop it and go back again, we basically have the 4 people who do the teardown. I call them the operators, and then we get 1 storeman or stockman that comes in and takes the stuff away. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to edit my subjects here. I'm going to use the default operators. So I'm going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'm going to make this operator 5 here. I'm going to change that over to stockman. Right, and I'm going to say apply the change, so it changes that. So now I've got my 4 operators and I have my stockman in here, so we're quite happy with that. At this point now we're ready to start the timing of the activities. Okay, what we're going to do now is we're going to actually record the times for each of the operators. So operator number 1 is going to be the fellow here. Operator number 2 is a gentleman at the back. Operator number 3 is a fellow that's going to go the long way all the way around, and operator number 4 is here. So we're actually going to record the time for each of them. So I've set up for operator number 1 right here, and I'm just going to restart. Let's get right back to the beginning, and I want to stop it when the fellow puts his hand on it right there. So now he's walked to the cage and grasps. Okay, now we're waiting for him to start to collapse the cage, but operator number 3 is taking a long time there. And the collapsing starts now. So I stop it. I'm going to select the collapse cage, record the time to collapse the cage, right? Save that. And now they're going to push to compress. And as soon as they let go, we stop it right there. We save it. Now we're going to go back and we're going to do operator number 2. So I restart the tape again. And operator number 2 is in the background. He's now grasping it now. So he's walked to the cage and grasped. And now he has to wait. And there's operator number 3 walking all the way across, taking his time. Obviously a method improvement. And now they start to drop it down, so we stop it. And then we start to collapse the cage. It's down. So that's the collapse cage. And then we're going to push it in. So we watch operator number 2, this fellow here. And when he lets go, right now, we have to push to compress, we save it. So now we've got operator number 1, operator number 2. Now we're going to do the same for operator number 3. Now remember operator number 3, he was a fellow right here. He's the one that's going to take the long way around here. Okay, so what we're going to do is restart it again. And we know he's going to walk to cage and grasp. So we click on that, start again. And we watch him going all the way across. Taking his merry time here. We can't see him, but we can figure out when he gets there, roughly about there. So he's taking that amount of time. Now we're going to collapse the cage. and it's down. So here's collapsed cage. And then we're going to have the push to compress. We watch him to see when he lets go, probably about now. Okay, push to compress, and we save that. So, oh, I forgot to change the operator. No problem. I can go back here and change it. Operator 3, and just tap on each of those in turn. Now we got operator 1, 2, and 3. Now we want to switch to operator 4 here. Now operator 4 is the guy at the back. So if I go back and bring him back again, he's the fellow right here. Okay, so what we're going to do is restart, and then we play the tape. And again, we don't quite see him, but we can figure out roughly he gets there about there. So he's walked the cage and grass. We save that one. Then he's going to collapse it. But we have to wait. He's not collapsing. He's standing there right now. So now the other guy gets there. Now we can say, okay, he probably starts collapsing about now. And it's down. Right, so we say collapse cage. And he's now going to push it in. And he lets it go there. Okay, push to compress. So I've got operator 1, operator 2, operator 3, operator 4. Now the next part of the process is going to be done by the stockman. He's the fellow that brings the trolley in, right? So we're going to play that, and then when we get to the right point, so now he's arriving here, so we can play that now. So he's, trolley into area. Okay, that's it. And now we're going to save that. And now he's going to start to load the cage. Right, and he's got that there, and then he's going to stop that. Okay, so now he's loading the cage, and now he's going to take the item aside. Obviously, a few items here that could be probably improved upon. So you can see what I've got now. I've got each of the tasks for the different operators. Now we're going to show you what that looks like in a balance chart. Okay, so at this point we have the activities of all the people involved. We have the start and stop times. It's very difficult to follow what is going on here. It's just a whole series of numbers. We need a preview of what this actually looks like. Fortunately, we have this tab right here. It says SMED preview. Now that label on that tab gets changed according to, if you're on Kaizen, it says Kaizen preview. If you're on Lean, it says Lean preview, but they're all doing the same thing. So if I click on the SMED preview of this operation, it's going to give us a visual of how the operators are spending their time here. So give it a few seconds here, and up it comes automatically. Right, so here you can see operator number 1, he walks in, then he waits. Operator number 2 walks in and waits. Operator number 3 is the bottleneck. This is the methods problem we have here, right? So what we want to do is we want to see how we can possibly improve this. Okay, so this is the current situation. You can see operator number 3 is the problem here. We point at the video icon here. You'll get a little preview, and you can click on that, and it will actually play the operator taking his time here. So you can see him strolling all the way around here and coming across. Right, so he's the problem area. Now what else can we do at this point? Right, we can close out of here. We might want to prove to someone else what's happening, so we might want to produce a Gantt chart. We're going to export to Gantt chart. And here you can see very, very clearly what's happening here. The operator number 3 is taking far longer, and because of him, everybody else is waiting. He's holding up the whole process here. Okay? So what can we do here? What I'd really like to do is reduce this walking time here, and then eliminate the waiting time from the other 3 operators. And if we do that, we should be able to then start the stockman's work a lot earlier. So we'd want to measure how much we could potentially save from this. I'm going to click on the help option up here and say show the savings grid, which puts the current status up in the top right hand corner here. Here you see the total work content, 123 seconds, and the cycle time is currently almost 45 seconds. So what we're going to do is we're going to make some changes, and we're going to watch the changes taking effect here. So we're going to click on the operator that's causing the problem here. We click on it, and we click on one of the little black handles in the top left hand corner here, and that brings up a slider here, and we drag it down if he was able to match the time of one of the other operators, we bring it down to here. And you can see that's generating almost a 6% saving in the work content right away there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to remove the waiting time here. And as you see, as I do that, now I'm up to almost 13%. I'm up to almost 20%. And then click here and hit the delete key. And so I've got a 26% saving right now in the work content, but no change in the cycle because we haven't been able to move this one yet. So what I'm going to do now is I'm now going to move over here to my filler area. If these guys were able to finish their work in that period of time, the stockman could actually appear earlier. So we're dragging it down. I'm using the blue bar just to line up with the last operator here. And as I click on that, you can see I've instantly got a 33% saving here and an 18% saving in the cycle time because I was able to reduce this here. Now obviously we'd like to be able to produce the Gantt chart to show the after state. So I'm going to click on the lean analysis, go to my Gantt chart, and then I'm just going to export the information we now have to the Gantt chart. Give it a few seconds. And here you can clearly see the new state, a considerable improvement over the previous one. So, back out of this, you can see how just by dragging and dropping and resizing the chips on the balance chart, you can instantly generate savings, which of course can mean real advantages to your profit.